Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figured why not do this one. Did the first one, did you do? Beam me up, Stotty. That's right, being Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Time. Now this one was as successful as the original one, and I'm going to just get on with the film. So what I mean by that is, after the big success of the motion picture, it took let's say, roughly about, let me think, yeah, about 3 days. It took them about 3 days or 2 days to do the sequel. Now, like I said, the original one was a big success. It was a big hit film. It made big dollars in money in the theatrical police, but it had a lot of mixed reviews. I remember saying that. It had a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people wanted it to be action packed. They thought it was going to be like Star Wars, and it wasn't. It was more like 2000 in Space Odyssey, with feature and all this. So it took them roughly about 2 days, and they decided to do a sequel. But this time they wanted to make it a bit more faithful to the 60s show, but more for an adult audience. Shock, horror. So they wanted to make this a little bit more darker. They wanted to make it a lot more violent. And it definitely is. This one to me has to be very, very violent. Out of any of the Star Trek films, this one has to be the darkest, has to be the most violent, has to be everything. So Tam originally was a character who's in the series one of the episodes. When I say series one, I mean when you get to the series one and you get the episode two, episode three, episode four. He was in one of the first episodes of the series. And I remember rightly, Tam has a fight with Captain Turk in the 60s, Paul Tam, and then he gets fucked off onto another planet. And so they decided to bring back that character, the same actor reprises his role. Gotta admit, it looks funny. He's got the 80s wig, big mallet. It looks like David Bowie, how David Bowie looked in the film. Remember the film, Labyrinth? It looks like Labyrinth. Respecting the singer David Bowie song. But I could take it. I mean, I know he had a special built-in test that made him look all musty. They had all these villains, only Downey's, had these two women, quite nice to look at, but I wish they did them more to do. I wish they did some of the other people more to do, more villainly stuff. Like the women, they're there, but they don't really say a lot, they don't do a lot. You got one lad what helps him out, I'm not sure it's his boy toy or something, but he has more to say, more to do than the others. So I just wish they did them more to do. That's what I'm saying. But I still like the film. I still like it, and I do know they made two edited versions. They mild some of the fights down, and trimmed some of the fights down, and the theatrical one is more uncut. Which I go for the uncut one any day because it definitely has more of an impact. It definitely shows you that time when the anger of his men and women are not very friendly on the uncut one. You ever see what I mean? So, like I said, you've got this date opening. The only difference is you don't have the same music, You don't get that. So they do get a different bit of theme tune to it. And the theme tune, got me, I don't mind actually. It just kind of reminds me of the movie Torn. Never seen the film Torn? Adventure film called Torn. Kind of reminds me of that adventure film where the music starts. It's very hard to do the music. I'm not going to. I won't do it justice if I did. But the music is beautiful, just like the original. And they do actually change the outfits. They're now wearing red, which they must have liked that because they stick with that all the way through the films. All the way through the series of the films, they stick with them costumes. The dad didn't really like how they looked in the motion pictures, so they altered the outfit. So they've got to make them do a lot better. So you get a good opening. You got a Tingon woman, which is played by the late Kirsty Hartley. Now Kirsty Hartley, as you know, is a well-known actress. She appeared in the comedy show Tears. She appeared in one of my favourite sci-fi films, that being Runaway. She appeared in the film we all remember, Look Who's Talking. May she rest in peace. I know she sadly passed away. and it's very sad. But this was the Thursday Art they had missed. It's very long, very pretty. She plays a falcon in it. Now, for anyone who's ever saw Star Trek The Wrath of Time, and the first time they ever saw it, I imagine this was shock. This was horror. Because she's on the Enterprise, and Enterprise is getting blown up, and lasers are going on the base, and Dr. Spock falls on the floor, Lulu falls on the floor, Alora gets blown and falls on the floor, Dr. Bones falls down, they're all dead. What the fuck's going on here? And then she tink on to find the toss, and she says, I offend. Not offend, sorry. Let's say I offend myself. Not offend myself. I'll get it. I give up. Meaning, I'm going to be a prisoner. Some line like that. But then someone comes out of nowhere, Captain Turk comes out of nowhere and says, the first thing you say if you ever do that day is a prayer. Ting tongs, don't take prisoners. And you find out they're all alive, and it was a training exercise. She was being trained to be a captain, and she was doing her captain training, and apparently that's one of your trainings. But I thought it was a bit unfair, because if it was for real, and she says, I give up, take me as your prisoner, she would have got killed. But if she tried to offend herself, she would have got killed as well. So there's not really no win situation if that was for real. If you see what I'm getting at, she was being trained as a captain. So I thought that was a little bit of an unfair training, to be honest, in what they did there. But there's a funny bit in it where Captain Turk admits that he cheated. He actually cheated doing that halfway through the film. And you do see his son in this. Who I do remember is a well-known actor, also sadly no longer with us. You might remember him in the third Star Trek film, The Search for Spock, and also was in Fight Night Part 2. He's a well-known character in that, the original one, the dud one, not the shit one. So most of the other characters end up on this planet, and this is where they bump into Tom. And you've got one of the actors, which is kind of funny this, because this actor appeared in the second series of Star Trek, and he's announcing things to Tom from the original series. So they get taught, and they put these leeches on the ear. Now, I do remember this was a lot traffic than the cut one. Is that see it going into the ear, very traffic. Good practical effect, a bit dated now, but still a bit gruesome. So it was a bit graphic to see. I do remember the time saying, these are babies. So everything a bit what the adults would have looked like. So there's a lot more fights in it. There's a bit where Captain Turk ends up on this thing. They find all these bodies. They've had the throat slit. That's actually a lot more graphic than the cut down one. So there's this one out of most of the films, the Star Trek series. This has to be the most violent one out of the series. It's very violent, very dark. But I prefer it how it was because it then shows that Sam and his people are not very friendly. So I do remember the scene where they're having a dog fight and Dr. Spock gets his big box thing and he self-sacrifices himself. It's again for the audience, that would have been a sucker of the film because Dr. Spock kills himself to save the Enterprise. But by doing that, it causes the death of Sam, it causes the death of all of his villains, and sad to say, Dr. Spock dies, which was sucking on probably for that era for 1982. I also remember the series Captain Turk, he does that acting. Sam! Really overacted. That was me. I always had a few chuckles in that. I've seen that recently when they use the photo of William Shatner where he does that. Sam! And it was a bit laughable. But I always remember that iconic scene. But I do remember the bit where Dr. Spock dies. He makes some epic lines. You and my friend. You will always be my friend. Because it was a bit halfway through the film where it was Captain Turk's birthday. I know nobody likes birthdays when you get to a certain age and you got Captain Turk feeling sorry for yourself because it was his birthday. But I also remember the lines when Dr. Spock, played by James Seymour, passes away. He says, you are always my friend. and then he passes away. It really is a tearjerker. And it is now when you think about it. Another actor who's sadly no longer with us, James Seymour. And I mean, I really do miss that actor. We all know Dr. Spot. So James Seymour, if I can remember his name right. Never had problems getting his name. Um, I will miss him. You know what I mean? He's very sad, very good actor, and we all know now he's passed away as well. But he dies in as a character in this. They have that beautiful, epic funeral, and then they find a new planet, which is mentioned all the way through the film, which kind of falls on more in this one. My only issue is I wish I wish Captain Turk would have an epic fight with Sam that they did in the original series. You want to see that done better? Wait till you get to that. But I don't mind. I like the dog fight, back to front, the dog fight they have. Like I said, Sam is definitely a villain you don't want to fuck with. He's definitely an evil fucker. I like the laser guns. I like the fact they got them lasers in the air and it makes one of the people go mad and end up shooting themselves with a laser gun. Definitely shows that Sam is a nasty piece of work. Someone you don't, like I said, someone you don't want to mess with. So what can I say about Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Time? It's a good one. And because it's a classic, a 10-star rating for me. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.